Christopher Reeve, who played the Superman in 1990s and who is a real-life Superman, the way he coped with his accident and spent his adult life in a coma. He is the real Superman. Once, he said this: all our dreams in the beginning seem impossible. After some time, they seem improbable. But when we really summon the will, they almost start to seem inevitable. And that's what I want to talk about today. As Adele already mentioned, this year I took up a new challenge, becoming the area director of our area, which is Wrocław and Opole. Where is my pen? Here. Now that's something that I had not done before, and I was thinking for a long time. Almost the day I joined Toastmasters and I learned about the organization, I knew that at some point I want to do this role. So I had a lot of dreams about it. But as it's a bit different than club officer roles, because here you really have actually a boss who asks you about different things. And one of the tasks to actually finish your one-year term at a high note and show a good performance is to create one new club in your area. One new club in your area and you are done. You are already a great area director. Apart from other things, but this is the most difficult thing to achieve usually. Now, I have always dreamt big when it comes to Toastmasters. About other things in my life, I'm a bit more calculated, but in Toastmasters, I have always dreamt big. And I was interviewed for the position of area director. And I got asked this question: what are my plans? What do I want to achieve in this one-year term? And the answer got many similar responses, which were of giving a shrug. We'll see. You want to know what was the actual dream? Here's what happened. A typical area director, when he gets the role, he aims for this. This is the area director who doesn't want to put any work at all in whole year and just wants the title, and that's it. And it's possible, nobody can force you to do anything in Toastmasters if you don't want. And there are other area directors like this. Here is an area director that wants to achieve something, which can include creating a new club, helping the current clubs, and so on. Here was me, standing here and dreaming here. And my dream was that 6th club in our area of Wrocław and Opole is a disgrace. It's too small. Toastmasters as an organization is too amazing to be limited to just barely 150 people in a city of, 2 cities of actually total 800,000 people. It's too small. My dream was to take 6 clubs and double them in 1 year. Now every time I told that to any senior leader in our district, they gave a shrug, because they didn't think it is possible. But I didn't care. It's not important what they think, because they are not even in Wrocław. It's more important what people in Wrocław think. So I had to find people that could help me with this. And I knew such people. My goal was to actually start clubs in corporations, because we have all our clubs are community clubs. They are meeting in the evening, which prohibits a lot of people who have to work 9 to 5 jobs, who have kids at home or have studies in the evening, to actually attend the Toastmasters Club. And we exclude a big portion of our population. We can overcome that by creating clubs in corporations which are sponsored by the companies and help employees to develop their skills. That was my goal. And I knew that we have a lot of Toastmasters working in a lot of big corporations in Wrocław, including myself, who works in Nokia. And that's where I decided to start. But I needed still more people. Nokia is just one club. I need 5 others. And I identified those people. And I talked with them. And they were all skeptical. And I used, but communication is important whenever, this is a big enough vision that you cannot do yourself. You need people. And that's what I needed. So I had to communicate it as clearly as possible and convince them to help me in this. And I used every possible trick in communication to persuade them that we have to do this. We have to create 6 more clubs in 1 year, and we can do it. It's not that hard. All it takes is a team effort. And people came to me and they said, no Zan, there is no room for another Toastmaster club. Yes, there is. No Zan, no company will pay for this because they are all developers, they are programmers. They don't need public speaking. They don't need leadership. They sit in front of computer. Not true. Every programmer stands up in the morning and does this daily scrum where he has to tell what he did yesterday and what he's going to do today. Every day they do it. And do you think they're good? No, they're terrible. Forget about that. There are managers in companies that don't know how to speak. And this is just the speaking part. Then there's the leadership part in Toastmasters that can help so many of those people. Using all those arguments, I have worked hard and I'm still working. And this marks today almost half a year term has passed. And what did I accomplish so far? We started with 6. Today we are almost at 9. We have 7 clubs which are official and 2 which are going to be official in January, at max in February. One of them in Nokia, and one of them the first ever Ukrainian speaking club outside of Ukraine. There is no other such club, and this is going to be the first one in WrocLove. And it is all achieved because people believed when I said that we can do it. I helped them, and there were many other people who agreed to help in starting those clubs. Now, the journey is just halfway through. It is still half a year to go. And there are still 3 more clubs to create. And I know where to create them, and I know who to approach. And I have people like Yash and many others who have bought into the idea and who have agreed to help me and are helping so much behind the scenes which you guys don't see. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that by June 2019, there will be 12 clubs in Wrocław and Opole, and the idea of Toastmasters that has changed my life, and I know many others, will change many other lives in our cities. My friend, dream big. It may seem impossible, but if you really summon the will, you can